Greetings, dear viewers. We are happy to welcome you to the international discussion dedicated to the global online conference, Global Crisis, Time for the Truth, broadcasted on December the 4th on the Creative Society platform. It was really an unprecedented event because it was organized by people from 180 countries and it was simultaneously interpreted into 100 languages, all made by volunteers from the whole world. And today we are going to discuss the topics raised on the conference and talk to persons who watched this conference and who participated in organizing it. So let me introduce our honored guests. Today we will talk to Oksana Ivanchenko from Ukraine and also to Pavel Wilczek from Poland and to Marcelo Mandaka from Chile. Welcome, dear guests. Thank you for joining us today. It's a pleasure for every one of us to have you today with us and to listen to your impressions and thoughts about the conference. So I would like to start with Pavel. Could you please share your impressions about the conference and maybe a bit talk to us how you find out about the conference? What is your story, please?
Witam, dziękuję za zaproszenie do dyskusji.
Hello. Thank you for the invitation for the discussion. At the beginning, I would like to emphasize that I speak from the point of view of the so-called ordinary man. I'm not a scientist or any kind of specialist. Therefore, I do not want to comment on the problem of climate ecology or climate refugees. Of course, I think that it is very important to raise these topics because every person should know the truth. If a person is so aware of what is happening, he can take some actions to change it. Without this knowledge, it is impossible. As I said before, I am speaking from the perspective of the so-called common man. I said this because there are many people who consider themselves to be such, and as a result, they do not take any actions, claiming that they cannot do anything. In my opinion, the term ordinary person is a misconception because it makes people extinguish their potential. We need to understand that everyone has the same rights, that we are all equal. It is we who create our own reality, and it depends only on us how our lives will look like. It's time to break out of the illusion of a sense of minority and understand that each of us is equally important. It does not matter how much you have on your bank account, whether you own a villa or not. Each of us is a human and each of us has the same rights. This is what a creative society will give us. In a creative society, man is put on the first place. Today the world is ruled by money, and people have become so lost in the pursuit of money that they can even kill for it. In a creative society, such a situation would not take place. And the reason for this is simple. In the creative society, nobody has to fight for survival. Your survival is assured. You will be provided with a home, food, education, medical care, and all that for free. You won't have to worry about whether you're going to survive somehow. I think deep down everybody dreams about such a society. The only problem is that most people think it is impossible. That's why they don't want to stoop to it. They see that it is the best, but they think that somehow they will survive. It is time to believe in your own abilities and remove the notion of just an ordinary person from your life. One person can achieve a lot. And when we understand that we are really one, that we can achieve everything. Therefore, if we want to survive, we must reconcile. Just think, all of humanity has been manipulated by just 1% of humanity.
Thank you so much, Pavel. You are very right when you're talking about this important thing for everyone to understand that every person matters and every life matters. And in our, this common goal to survive and to live better, we all take a big part in constructing our society. And as you've mentioned that we raised different topics in this conference, such as ecological crisis, climate crisis, and all the bad things brought to us due to this consumeristic format of our society. And but the main thing here is that we actually now we know the solution. We people thinking about how we could get rid of all the bad things, let's say, in our society, and how could we change it. We get this solution, from us. We know now what we can do, and today our mission is to unite people from the whole world and to talk to everyone about the idea of creative society, which can permit us to evaluate even. And I would like also to ask the participant of the Creative Society project, Oksana. We know that you participated also in organizing the part of interpreters and translators for this conference. Could you please share with us what was your participation, and why do you think it is important for people to know the truth in so many languages as we can broadcast it?
Thank you. Yeah, Anna. Yeah, I was a participant and I was helping for translators and some organization on it. And it was a wonderful and practice and everything. The participants was very happy to have a part on it. They was very happy they can interpret it, they can translate it, that every person and a word on this earth can hear the truth, can know what's happening right now. Because we are seeing on the conference and the main topics like changing climate and a lot of very important topics. And right now it's showing people they know the truth. And translators was very happy, and they support each other these all 12 hours. It was really wonderful because they know this creative society, it's a lifeline, it's a chance, the last chance for all humanity. And if people will know the truth, they can unite together, they can build a world where all children want to live in, where all people want to live in. And it's really wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Oksana. Thank you for what you're doing for the project and what you've done for the conference and for all the translators. It's it's a big job to unite people and to make them to make the conditions for them to feel good and comfortable participating in this really big scale event. And I would like also to pass the word to Marcelo, because I know that Marcelo also participated as interpreter for this conference. So we are going further, let's say. So could you please share, Marcelo, what was your participation and maybe what touched you the most during this process of interpreting the conference, please?
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Anna, for the invitation. I want to say hello to Oksana and Pavel. I really appreciate it so much, this opportunity to talk about this conference, about the acknowledgement and about all the experience that I get or got from this project, this amazing project. So I think the conference was related about, information, traceable data, about facts and situation that no one or the mass media don't talk about too much right now. Honestly, I don't know why. It's not my, line of study about, what is happening with the mass media. But I have to say that too many views, too many pictures that we saw in the conference was really sometimes hard to believe, hard to understand. And I have to say that even shocking. And the thing is, we was for about almost 12 hours, making the translation online to Spanish language. And I have to say that was a lot of information. It's a lot of to think about. Mhm. And to have a huge picture about what's going on right now in this world. So in my point of view as a father, as an engineer, as a retired Navy officer from my country, so I can understand very good the concept about a ship. So right now we're sailing in a ship, name it or call it or know it as planet Earth. This is the only, shelter that we have. We have no plan B. This is something that I can understand, after watching these conferences. But right now, if I have to say, like, even the thing that I'm going to say, going to sound as a critic, but it is, I think that the people are so focused in materialistic things that we're not watching, we're not seeing what is happening, what is passing in front of our eyes. So indeed, it's something like we cannot see the elephant that we have in front of us. And what is happening in the climate situation, what is happening in the, for saying or make a distinction about tectonic activities right now, it's something that we have to think about this. Mhm. And for many, so I understand exactly that a lot of people need, details, need facts. And this is exactly that you're going to find in all this process of conference that we are doing in this project Creative Society. And for this, I think that this is the way that we're going to find the solution. So why? Because I really believe, mhm, and even understand that right now in this planet exists enough people for solve whatever we have to solve. Mhm. We have enough people to, create whatever we need to create. Mhm. It's amazing how many, clever persons are in the universities, in every in everywhere. For example, if you can ask, if you have the experience to talk about, I don't know, with 40 years experience mechanics, they have a lot of knowledgement about, what is feasible, why not, what is not. So if we have like the opportunity to talk with the scientists, with the people that have invest all his life as a scientist or her life, and they have a lot of knowledgement, and a lot of people have this ability to put in simple words, stuff that are very complicated. And this is exactly what is happening in this December 4th, in this past December 4th. A lot of people with a huge knowledgement give an information in a way that everyone can understand. And I think that after this conference, you're going to have like probably a point of view that you, number one, never thought that indeed is, happening right now. And I think this is how important is this conference is to really understand where we are, in which part of the timeline we are right now. Mhm. Because if you don't have if we don't have an understanding what's going on, so how can we can take like a good decision with bad information? And I think this is the gap that right now this conference give to the world. Have like a full view about what is going on. That this is like my first impression. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Marcel. And I think that everyone agree with you that really it's important for us today to talk about this event and to change our understandings, our wrong understandings, because of the lack of information, of distortion of the information we have today from different sources. And, you've mentioned about the mass media, and you said that really it's like you don't know what is the reason why they don't tell the truth, yes? But actually, we understand that big mass media belong to some persons, group of persons, and so on. And sometimes it is hard for employees of this big mass media to start to tell the truth because they just can't do it. And today we understand more and more with every conference that we make on the Creative Society project, the platform. We understand that we people need to bring this truth, yes, and we are showing with this example of millions of people who are joining the project and lots of people who organize such conferences that it really works, we united, we can do many things, we can do everything. We just need to know the reason of what is happening, as you said, Marcelo, and to know, and also to know the solution. So I would like to ask Pavel also about this important thing that we came to this understanding that we're like common ordinary people need to talk to each other. We are those mass media today who can spread the most, the vital important information. What do you think about it, Pavel? And maybe what do you think about the ways we can spread this information, what we can use spreading the information today?
Moim zdaniem możemy używać różnych
In
środków.
my opinion, we can use different ways, like Twitter or Facebook.
Mamy dostęp do innych ludzi. I na każdym z tych portali możemy informować.
On every platform where we have access to different persons, and there we can use these to inform them. In my opinion, also it is important to that all people understand that we are one. And I would like to give an example what is unitedness. It's like my fingers. Like every finger is one, but later they are united into one hand. And this is how we people are.
To, co jest, było wszystkim. I poza nim nie było nic. Lecz wszystko.
The fingers connect the hand, the body, and as a result, they form one whole. It is the same with us. At the end of the day, we all become one. Now, perhaps I can explain how you can experience oneness. Just understand that unity is nothing but love. It is through love that we can experience oneness with everything. The problem is that most people misunderstand love. They think that without the other person, love is impossible, and thus they bring suffering upon themselves. It is important to realize that true love begins with loving yourself. If you love yourself, the whole world will open up to you. I would like to add how you can experience this oneness.
Moim zdaniem wystarczy sobie uświadomić, że jedność to nic innego jak miłość. To właśnie przez miłość możemy doświadczyć tej jedności ze wszystkim.
Yes, and it is through love that we can experience love with everyone. The problem is that most people misunderstand love. They think that without the other person, love is impossible, and thus they bring suffering upon themselves. It is important to really realize that true love begins with loving yourself. If you love yourself, the whole world will open up to you. I think that when every person realizes this, he or she will put this knowledge into practice and life will become much better.
Yes, thank you, Paul. Really, when we can love ourselves, our better part, let's say, yes, it is easier for us to understand other persons and to know this better part in other persons. And in the process of unity, it is also a very important part. And we know today that, actually, when we are talking about the unity, the unification of all the humankind, I think it's a natural process, and it is like we should live, actually, because we live on one planet. We are just like one civilization, one big family, and we should have eliminated all the things that divide us many times ago. But we are where we are, and we still can do many things to change this world. And also, while we still have these conflicts, violence, and so on and so forth, we understand that we need the changes. But now this change is urgent because we know what is happening with the climate. And here where people lots of people who already have this experience, unfortunately, of this climatic disasters, they know what role really have this ability to love life, to love people, to know that in this moment what you should save is life, your life and life of other people, not like some cars, houses, properties, and so on. And I think that it is important for us today just to understand that we can make this change as soon as possible, and we don't have to wait while when we will find ourselves in these bad situations, let's say. So I would like to ask Oksana, what do you think is also the key point in the unification of people? What, in your opinion, play the main role for people to unite?
The main role of unification is understanding each other, love each other, and help each other. Because as really, we are all one family, and this earth our home. Whenever, where you live, or from which country you are, or who you are, which person we are all one family. We all united, and we have to unite everyone because it's important. Because all person, every human in creative society are important. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oksana. And also, Marcelo, you've mentioned today this association with the ship, and I would like to ask our technical support to show to all of us the video fragment from the conference called Boat. Let's watch it together.
Humanity, various races, nationalities, religions, but we are all sailing in the same boat in this ocean of life. At the course of all-absorbing consumerism, which our common ship has taken today, is leading us to precipice. Just a little longer, and we will irreversibly fall into the abyss of economic, social, and climate catastrophes. Perhaps someone doesn't want to see and admit obvious facts, yet being afraid to turn around and see the reality. In the endless rush, in the ordinary everyday routine, in the race for success and survival in this world of consumerism. But every day, more and more people stop and ask themselves these questions. Where is this world coming to? What does the future hold for me and my children? How can I make sure that the world will be a safe, happy, and prosperous place? After all, no matter how successful you are, if the whole world is falling apart, there is no way you can avoid a bitter fate. We can change the course of our ship, which is speeding into the abyss, and instead of the abyss of consumption, steer it in the direction of the creative society. But we can do this only together. We need to unite our collective human potential, become a united civilization, and row in one direction. Uniting in a common goal, we need to direct our attention, our efforts, our knowledge, and our skills to charting a new course. And how quickly we can do this depends on the choice of each person. Our salvation is only in our unity. Only by working together can we build a truly decent world. A world that will have a future for us and our children. And that is the creative society. We still have a chance. So let's take it.
Yes, that's true. Creative society is really our unique chance, and we still have it. And when you're talking about creative society, you're always talking about the society you want to live in. To answer the question, what is creative society, you just should think about what society you want to live in. And I know that this conference on the 4th of December, Global Crisis Time for the Truth, raised very difficult topics. It was difficult to watch this videos, these fragments of refugees, of migrants, of people who of eyewitnesses of climatic disasters. And I know that it also was really hard in sometimes for our translators to interpret in this moment. And I know, Marcelo, also that you've had in some part of this conference, you also experienced this hard moments, let's say. But actually, what inspires all of us is that we know the solution, and we know that it is creative society. And just to share with everyone, what is the creative society? Maybe, Marcelo, you would like to talk about this a bit more, like how do you envision the creative society, to share it with people, for them to know how could they and how will we all live when we will build the creative society?
Well, for me, the creative society, it's a society based on exactly what Oksana and Pavel said about what unites us. So, indeed, I think the creative society is a place that we work for, or we can do everything, or not everything, but the things that are necessary for everyone around you. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a society based on the idea that we can share, everything with everyone. And indeed, it's a place that we can, have our own life, with no something to be stressed for. Mm-hmm. And it's a society that we can going to have enough time to think about whatever we want to think about. Mm-hmm. And in this point of view, I want to make a comment that, for example, it's almost impossible that we can be, better than machine, doing like a repetitive processes. I think that, okay, so how we as a human being never going to be better as the machine, I don't know, doing pencils, doing wheels, doing screws and whatever that we need to create, like, in a long process stuff. But one thing that the machine never going to do for us is this magic moment that we can create when we have conversation, when we share information and experiences about life, about, way of living. And I think that in this moment that we have a lot of time for think or for dreaming about, it's the moment that the ideas starting to grow. It's the moment that the ideas about what can we do with our life starting to, have a materialization about, or like, indeed, it's, for example, an artist need time to create an idea in dreams, and then it's the time, then it became the time how we can create this idea, and for this reason, I think that this is a very good idea, for everyone to understand what is going on in this world. So, and what is going to be the solution. So, and I think the creative society, it's a solution, because if we mix all the power that we have in this world, we can create something amazing. So we have think about this. If you want to learn how to weld, to make welding material, metal, if you want to starting to in this way, it's very simple. You're going to internet, few like I don't know, 20 or 10 tutorials, and right now you have a big picture about this activity that you want to learn about. That, for example, if you want to learn about astrophysics, you can, watch few videos, and maybe in one evening you're going to have a big picture about what it's, happening in this way. So for this reason, I think this is the moment that we can starting to believe that something like a creative society is feasible. Because it's a place that, as I said, we're going to fix everything. Everything that we need to fix will be fixed. Because in a place based on love, based on the most important thing is the human being, it's like whatever you're doing for someone that right now it's breathing, or right now it's walking. And this person could be your family, someone that you're never going to know in your life, but it's someone that, going to use this creation, going to use this idea, or even going to use the things that you help to create. And for example, if you want to create whatever in this world, always you have to ask, or you have to have a conversation with the users. And it's very necessary right now to starting to have conversation with the users of this planet, and ask, what kind of planet do you want? What kind of society do you want? Or what do you think about can help? So right now we have thousand or maybe million of person, or of doctors in science and doctors in physics and so on. And I think that probably right now we don't have enough time to going from 0 to 100 of knowledgement about astrophysics. Maybe we don't have enough time to start to reading all the papers published in the world and have an idea, so what is going on out of this planet. Maybe we don't have enough time to learn about, how to handle different stuff that right now we don't understand. But right now we have the specialists in this planet to understand everything and even fix everything. For example, I was thinking about when you talk about the creative society, and then, so sorry, so when we talk about the mass media, so friends, right now a lot of paradigms are changed. For example, right now an influencer can have more, connection that a very fancy channel in whatever country. For example, one person with one cell phone can get to millions of persons in 1 hour. And this is amazing because right now the world is huge and in the same time it's very small. You know, a lot of people right now have the ability or to give a message to millions of persons in 1 hour, in 1 day. So I want to share this, you know, or with all due respect, I want to ask to all the influencers, if it's possible, to spread this message. Because I really believe if everyone in this planet watch these conferences, probably we're going to be very, very close to the creative society. And probably for too many people right now don't understand exactly what creative society is. And for this, I invite everyone to make a little research about what is the Creative Society project and how to participate in it. So I want to share a little of my experience. So I starting to participate in the Creative Society project because I wanted. So because I sent an email, have a conversation, a nice conversation. So until today, the only thing that I say, it's like I met a wonderful person in whole world, you know, because really I want to say that to you. All the people that right now are working in the creative society, it's normal people, are normal person, you know. You can see that it's amazing how much we can do with a simple cell phone. You don't even imagine that you can do with your computer, because we are sharing all that we know about to make better work in this idea or in this about spreading the Creative Society project. So for me, the Creative Society, I want to say that it's the place that I want to live today. It's the place that I want to have today to share the time with everyone in this world. With I don't even imagine how many artists I'm going to know, how many scientists, people, you know, related with the poetry, with science or whatever, you know. This is the place that probably it's very difficult to define, but the only thing that I want to do right now is to invite everyone to join to this project. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marcelo. Thank you. I also join your invitation to everyone to this project, because really this project is for everyone, whether you're a scientist or you're an ordinary common person like we talk today. It doesn't matter, because every person is special in this common goal to create a new world, a better world, yes, and surely make it peacefully and all together. So I just wanted to add a bit about this invitation of Marcelo for everyone, that we also are waiting for your questions. You can write to info@creativesociety.com. Your questions about the conference, the topics of the conference, your questions about the Creative Society project, for everyone who still have some doubts, some questions, and something to clear up. So we are very happy to receive your questions and to answer them. Thank you so much, Marcela. And I just wanted to ask also, Pavel, what do you think about the Creative Society? Or what is it for you, and what is the society you want to live in?
Creative society for me is, and that what Marcelo just said, it's based on ideals, and I think everyone would like to live in such a society. So we have to act. It all depends on us humans. In my opinion, the idea is very ideal, perfect, and therefore more and more people will join us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And maybe, Oksana, you also would like to share your vision of Creative Society, and also why is it important for you?
Yes, a creative society is important for every person, for every human on this world, because this is a last chance. We can live in beautiful world. Just we have our hands, so we can make a beautiful future. Just we have to unite and spread information that all person will know about it. We see the conference, the last 3 hours, it was so much touchful, up to so much hard, but we have the solution, we have the way out from this solution. It's creative society, and it's will be very beautiful if everyone will know it and everyone start to build it. Thank you.
Thank you, Oksana. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, our viewers, for watching us, for sharing your opinions in the comments, and for sending us your questions. I would like to remind a bit about the topics raised on the conference on the 4th of December. It was about ecological and climatic crisis, and also about the consumerist format we are living today. And about the main thing is the solution, which is called creative society. We receive such questions as how another format can unite people and can save us from this cataclysm. Actually, everything is very simple. We just need to be united to make these conditions for our scientists from the whole world to be able to work together in this, in searching for the solution, for the reply to this climatic changes. And so making this, creating these conditions and creating creative society, finally, we really can achieve this goal, and we really can survive all together on this planet and live a prosperous, a happy life, and where the human life will be the most valuable thing. So thank you very much, everyone, and see you on next international discussions. Have a very good, happy new year, let's say, because we are now entering in a new year. And I just wanted to add that this is the time when we wish happiness one to each other, and I just would like to remind that happiness is what we can build with our own hands, with our own hearts, and so on. So this is everything we have in our hands. So let's build our happy, creative society for us, for our children, and so on. Thank you so much, and see you.